Good morning. My name is Liz Murillo, and I'm here today to share a little bit about my testimony. So I was physically abused as a child by my father until the age of about 10 years old. When my parents got divorced, the abuse finally stopped. At that time, I was also disowned by my father in an attempt to free himself of the guilt of the affair he had been having with his secretary. As I got older, with no earthly father to show me love, guide me, teach me, and really help me see my worth and value as a young woman, I ended up in a few bad relationships, the last of which was a 10-year relationship where I was verbally abused privately for most of it, until the night of my engagement party and 40th birthday, where the verbal abuse was made public for everyone in attendance to witness, including my mother and children. I remember feeling so broken, so crushed, so humiliated, but also so intoxicated that I couldn't even respond in defense of myself. I felt so worthless, so alone, so weak. I was shattered, and I finally reached my breaking point. But God, what the enemy meant for evil, what we all know as the most horrific event that has ever taken place in Gilroy, the Garlic Festival shooting, turned out to be the biggest blessing of my life. My daughter, mother, and I were all in attendance, but my daughter found herself directly in front of the shooter eating underneath a tent, having to run for her life as the shooting began. Like most good parents, we'll go any length to protect and comfort our children. For me, that meant stepping back into church. New Hope posted a community prayer. Don't ask me how Ava heard about it, but she did, and she was begging me to take her. She's a pretty persistent young lady. Being that I was raised in church and having my own life-changing experience with God as a child, I knew the only thing that would heal the pain of what she was feeling was God. Ava didn't need a counselor. She needed the counselor. So I brought her to New Hope. That night, God changed my life. I remember getting on my knees, pouring everything out to God, releasing the control I thought I had over my life back to Him. I recommitted my life to God, and hope was restored. I've been here ever since, and God, as gracious as He is, has been picking up the pieces of my life that were meant to destroy me and has been using it for good. Now my story will help advance His kingdom. As a child, God graced me with the physical healing. Now as an adult, my spiritual healing has begun. That's the new hope I found in Him. That's the God I serve.